at 6, your property tax bill could go up this year. That's because Cook County's tax burden is shifting from businesses to homeowners. And Cook County Assessor Fritz Kagi is joining us now live to discuss the reasons for that. Good to have you in. Thanks for being here.
Hey, glad to be here, Ray.
Yeah, we talked about this briefly with you and with the treasurer here a few weeks ago. Briefly explain why this is happening and what homeowners can do about it.
Well, sure. So what's happening is there's a burden shift of about $250 million that's coming onto homeowners from commercial properties in the reassessment of Chicago this year. And the thing that people don't know is that there's a two-stage process to our assessment system. The first part, at the assessor's office, we go out and we estimate the value of all the properties, then we take appeals. And we saw both residential and commercial values up this year, but we saw commercial values up a little bit more than residential. So by our lights, homeowners should have had about 2 percentage points less of the burden. But because there's this other second step that not many people know about at the Cook County Board of Review, they cut commercial much more than residential. They cut commercial by 20%, residential by only 1%, and that shifted 5 percentage points of Chicago's tax burden onto homeowners.
So I want to talk more about that in a minute, but this is the result of commercial properties contesting their value. It would come down. Homeowners would do that but not have as much luck, or they were simply not challenging the assessed value?
Well, actually, there's an answer in this. It's not just whether you're appealing. The treasurer just wrote a report on this, and she found that 90% of the reductions were on commercial properties, and most of them were happening at the Board of Review. And there was a study that was done by the county showing that there was much more reduction at the Board of Review on commercial than residential, and that it was not justified. That they did a study looking at commercial assessment sales, showing that the assessor's office estimates of values were much closer to market than the Board of Reviews, and they were cutting it too much, shifting too much burden on the homeowners.
So I guess it's all how you assess the value. I want to get your opinion of this. Crain's ran an opinion piece suggesting that the Board of Review does more nuanced assessments of properties, particularly on the commercial properties, especially with the COVID downturn. They say your office does it more on a mass appraisal approach. So sort of saying it wasn't fair the way you have sort of described it. What is your response to that?
Well, there's an answer. The Cook County did a comprehensive study of all the commercial sales that took place in the last 3 years, and it's like a test. How did we do? How did the assessor's office do and the Board of Review do on each of those sales? And it showed that the assessor's office estimates were much closer to the market, and that the Board of Review had cut too much, from somewhere between 10% too much to more than 25% too much. And that represented that burden shift that Treasurer Pappas talked about. Now, the study also came up with recommendations for how we can all get these values close to the market, changing our methodologies, exchanging more data, working off of a comprehensive IT system, passing a data bill in Springfield so we all have better data to work with. We endorse that study 100%, and that's how we're going to get a system that is shifting less burden on the homeowners.
Okay, these are all things that will be focused on down the road. The bottom line is right now, Cook County residents are paying more in property taxes. What is the solution for them? What is your advice to try to, make ends meet in this difficult time?
We're putting out all the stops. First of all, we want to make sure everyone's getting their exemptions. When you get your tax bill in the second half of the year, make sure you have your homeowner's exemption. 1 out of every 3 homeowners doesn't even have their homeowner's exemption. It can save them $1,000 off their bill. That's the easiest savings you can get. The second thing is we're pushing for a property tax relief bill in Springfield called a circuit breaker. 29 other states have this kind of safeguard that defends against spikes in people's tax bills. And talking to members of the public, we think this is something that our General Assembly should be looking at in the special session coming up this summer and in veto session. I authored an op-ed with mayors in the suburbs, the south suburbs, the western suburbs calling for this. It would cost less than $200 million a year. And this is what I hear homeowners want most, is they want property tax relief.
We'll see where that cap debate goes. We could keep going, but we're going to have to leave it there. Fritz Kagi, the assessor, thanks so much for being with us.
Hey, thank you, Dan.
I appreciate it.